All right, live on YouTube for the first time in like 12 months, folks. The Arizona Timeless Tourist. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm waiting for somebody to have an appointment. And since everything was closed down the last 2 days, well, they're backed up 45, 50 minutes. So it's going to be a while. So why not go live on YouTube, a place that I haven't been live in quite some time, and answer some questions. Um, Turn the air conditioning on here and here. It's 65 degrees at 11:13 and after 11:13 in the morning still here in Gilbert, Arizona. Um, Second day of 2026. So if anyone has any questions about the great history of the state of Arizona, or if you have any questions for the Arizona Timeless Tourist, just throw them on out there. Chosen, I've been live for 1 minute, so I'll stay on here for a few minutes to see if anyone pops in. It is a Friday. Who knows if people are back to work? I haven't done a live in so long. People are probably like, this guy doesn't do lives anymore. I love to answer some questions, especially that I've been getting on YouTube. And one of those questions is, why don't you do longer videos? I probably my last long video has to be probably about 2.5, almost 3 years ago. I went to just straight shorts when YouTube offered the shorts, maybe 3, 4 years ago. They started that, and why I did that is because when I launched a couple of shorts, you know, uh, my average view on a video isn't very good on a long video that's anywhere from 8 to 15 minutes. That's what I was doing my first 3.5 years on this channel. And I went to shorts and I was getting views of 20, 30, 40,000. I got one really quick that hit 500,000. Then I got another one that hit over 1 million. And I'm like, why would I produce longer videos? But I know that there are people out there that really enjoy the longer videos. But well, they just take longer to produce, longer to edit, to go out there and film. And now I have like three terabytes of B-roll footage from the 8.5 years I've been doing the Arizona Timeless Tourist. So I have so much B-roll. I have at least 4,500 videos that I've done already. A lot of shorts, a lot of longs, and stuff like that. So I just break them down and take either older or newer videos and just break them down to give you different information. So I'm not uploading the same stuff. But yeah, I stopped uploading long videos. I would, I'd have to go back and look. It has to be close to 3 years, not 2.5. Closer to 3 years ago was the last time I did a long video on YouTube. Everybody offered shorts, so I just wanted to answer that question because um, I get a lot of people across all my other social media platforms, and of course here on YouTube, are asking me, "Hey man, put out some new videos that are long. We want to see a 5, 10 minute video." And really, the short answer to that is nobody watches them. YouTube does a great job on their analytics, and when you're out there producing a 10-minute video that you're driving, you're filming, you're doing all this stuff, you're editing like 38 separate clips like I used to back in the days, finding the music to go to, and finally uploading it, and you're only getting 300 or 400 views max. It's like, that's not worth it. Then you upload a short, and the fewest amount of views I get on the short is just over 1,000 views. So, and then the most I've ever gotten is just over 1 million views. So I'm like, yeah, it's all going to be all shorts going forward. Probably 99.99% of the content here on YouTube, like it has been for years, will be like 30, 40-second videos. I wish I could do longer videos. I wish more people would watch longer videos. Like I would do a 4 or 5 minute video. That's not really that long. But when you're only getting 30% watch time on a 5 minute video, your video's not getting pushed. The shorts are getting pushed. Um, the shorts have given me, in the last couple of years, 15,000 more followers on this channel. The longs were doing nothing for me. So I really wish I could do longer videos for you guys. I really wish I could talk longer about the great history of Arizona the last couple of years. But the attention span of people is about 30 seconds. If you can't get them in, really think about when you're flipping through these other apps, or you're going through YouTube Shorts and you're flipping through. How many times do you flip through to where you actually stop and watch somebody's video? You might give that guy like 5 seconds, and he might be in, like, if somebody came by right now and saw me talking, and they're like, "Who is this joker? Who is this old man on YouTube?" And they flip right by. They don't realize I've been on YouTube for 8 years. Um, we got just over 25,600 followers, which is a blessing. But I have a lot more followers on other platforms. Other platforms have gotten hacked of mine that I've lost 307,000 followers 3 months ago because a Facebook channel got hacked. So it's just easier to build up a following on other social media platforms. But I love YouTube. I've never had an issue with my videos on YouTube or anything like that. So I will always continue to upload YouTube videos, but they will definitely be shorts, under a minute videos. Now I've done a couple because I think they let you go to 3 minutes. There are a couple 2-3 minute shorts out there, but then you go back and you look at the watch time on those, and you barely hit 50% on a 3 minute video, which is outstanding for somebody like me to get 50% on a 3 minute video. But it's a short; it's not a regular video, so. Anyhow, if anyone has any questions, that's why I'm on here. I'm waiting for somebody to get an appointment. They'll be out of here in about 30 minutes. But I'm like, let's go to YouTube. Haven't done a YouTube live in forever. And a lot of questions. Again, the number one question I get is, why don't you do longer videos? And I probably got like a very small fan base out there that wants to see longer videos. The rest of the world wants to see nothing but 30 seconds, and that might be too long. So I had to figure out in the last 2.5 years, how do you stick all this unbelievable Arizona information on the history of this state into 30-35 seconds? And I figured it out, and it's done very well. So I'm very happy. But we got 5 people on here. We got 1 like. If you have any questions, it's a great time to do it. Not many people on the live. I didn't expect a lot of people to be on here because I haven't been live in over 12 months. It's 11:19 in the morning on the 2nd of January 2026. People got a lot of things to do, like I am, waiting for somebody to get an appointment. There are people backed out of the doors waiting outside. At least it's 65 and sunny here in Gilbert, Arizona, because everything was closed the last 2 days. So I'm just waiting. So I have the time. If you have comments, throw them in there, and we'll try to answer them. If not, I'll keep this video uploaded, because when you end a video here on YouTube, normally, now it's been over a year since I've been live, but normally it will upload it to your videos so people can see the live later, and just to give them the information of why I don't do long videos anymore on any of my platforms. I don't do it live on. I don't do very longs on TikTok, even though they give you up to like 5 minutes now. Not on Instagram, not on Facebook, because Facebook's like 3 minutes is a max video that you can post out there. Yeah, just that's it. 8 minutes, 6 seconds live. We had 6-7 people on the live here. We're down to 2. We got 1 thumbs up. If anybody wants to answer any questions, please put it in the chat. And I'll stay on here for maybe 10-15 minutes and see if we get anybody asking any questions. I do most of my lives, just to tell you guys, I do most of my lives on TikTok. 99% of my lives and 99% of my content is uploaded to TikTok. And then it goes to YouTube, then it goes to Instagram, then it goes to Facebook. So that is the priority of my social media. So if you don't see me on here all the time, that's why. Any questions? We're coming up on 9 minutes. Not one person has popped in this live, but it showed that there's been 7 people on the live. So if there's anything Arizona history you want to talk about, you want to talk about Tombstone, you want to talk about Cold War history here in Tombstone, World War II history here in Tombstone, POW camps that were here in Tombstone, the largest prisoner escape on American soil, December 23rd, 1944, happened right here in the state of Arizona, in a place called Camp Papago, which is not too far from where I'm sitting right now. You want to talk Old West history. You want to talk about Johnny Ringo, his grave site. You want to talk about Wyatt Earp and his brothers. You want to talk, we can talk any of that. There's so much going on here. When I first started this in June, started the Arizona Timeless Tours social media platform in June of 2017, 18, 19. This is 26. We're going on 9 years of this. And when I first started this, because a lot of people are like, there's no history in Arizona. I'm like, there's history everywhere. Just because Arizona didn't become a state until February 14th, 1912, They were celebrating their 100th anniversary as being a state when I moved here from North Carolina in March of 2012. So I've been here over 13 and a half years. And just to remember, the land has been here forever. It just wasn't called the state of Arizona. It wasn't brought in as the state 48 until February 14th, Valentine's Day of um, 1912. It was the last state admitted into the 48 and the continental 48. New Mexico got us a couple of days before Arizona was approved for statehood. So it goes New Mexico is state 47, Arizona is state 48. That's why we wear state 48 shirts everywhere we go around here. There is a reason. Arizona statehood was delayed about 10 years because of something that happened starting in 1890. What was it? 1882 to 1892. They delayed Arizona statehood for over 10 years. So Arizona probably could have been a state. Arizona, if they're saying that Arizona was delayed 10 years because of something that had a 10-year war that was taking place here from 1882 to 1892, we could have probably been a state before the turn of the century. We could have probably been a state before the 20th century. We might have been state like 47 or 46 or 47 instead of state 48. But the Pleasant Valley War, the bloodiest feud in U.S. history, happened in Arizona, and that delayed the statehood for over 10 years. So people in Washington, D.C. said these people ain't civilized yet. They're still living out on the frontier land. They're still having range wars in 1882. We cannot. No, 1892. They're still having range wars out there that we can't get under control. So they are not going to be a state. We'll keep them as a territory. And if they, act a little better over the next couple of years, maybe we'll invite them to be part of the United States, be a full-fledged state. And that happened again on Valentine's Day of 1912, the last state in the continental United States. We became a territory officially the 23rd of February of 1863, right in the midst of the Civil War under President Abraham Lincoln. And the reason they became a territory, we were one with New Mexico at the time, and we wanted to be separate. And we had a few people go up there in 1862 to Congress and stuff and fight for separation. I can't even believe it happened during the midst of the Civil War. But the reason it did is because the Confederates took over Tucson for a very short period of time before the California column came over and said, boom, pushed you right out of Tucson. But I think in Washington, they were afraid that the Confederacy would get a hold of Arizona, which was, again, New Mexico territory at the time. And we were from the late 1840s through the 50s and 60s, we're all about mining, copper and silver and gold and all these minerals out of these hills out here. And Washington's like, man, we cannot let the Confederacy get a hold of all the gold and the silver that these guys got. And so that's why the push in Washington was like, you know what, we've been waiting so long for them to become a territory. We're not ready for them to become a territory. But you know what, we better go ahead and approve this, because we can't have the Confederacy coming in, taking over that area and taking all the gold and silver and then being in charge of all of that. And they didn't know how the war was going to end. So February 24th, 1863, Arizona becomes a territory for the first time. And a gentleman named Charles DeBurle Poston, who was born in 1820 in Kentucky, became known as the father of Arizona, which gets a lot of people in an uproar around here, especially the Native Americans, because they're looking at it in a total different way. They're thinking I'm saying, oh, he's called the father of Arizona because he created Arizona. Nobody created Arizona. The land's been here since the beginning of time, folks. But they take it just completely the wrong way. But Charles DeBurle Poston is one of the main guys that were in D.C. at the time. He owned the Sonora Mining Company in Tubac, Arizona in the 1850s before he legislated in D.C. in the 1860s for Arizona to become a separate territory. That happens in February of 1863, so he becomes known as the father of Arizona. That's it. So all my Native American friends can take a deep breath and think I'm talking about something different. But every time I put a video on that, there's certain groups of people that get really upset about it. Um, but yeah, Charles DeBro Poston is known as the father of Arizona. Arizona. He's buried in a pyramid on top of Poston Butte in Florence, Arizona. He was actually reinterred to that place for his 100th birthday in what was it in 1820? In 1920. He was originally buried downtown in Phoenix, and there what is known today is the Pioneer and Military Memorial Park in downtown Phoenix off of Jefferson Street. Right, not too far, not too many blocks down from the capital, Arizona State Capitol. All right, folks, I'll stop the live. We're 15 minutes 47 seconds for three people. Two big thumbs up. Again, I haven't been on here long, but please know I appreciate everybody who follows me. I'm looking forward to a great 2026. Hope you all have a blessed 2026. Yeah, it's been so long here. I don't know how to stop the live. There's the problem.